Emma, my phone died yesterday while I was walking downtown and I got completely lost. Like, embarrassingly lost. How did people even travel before GPS existed?
Honestly, people were much better at finding their way than we are now.
Come on, without GPS? How is that even possible?
Well, first, the sun. If you know the sun rises in the east and sets in the west, you already have a basic direction.
Okay, that's simple enough. But what about cloudy days?
Good question. On cloudy days or at night, people used the stars instead.
Stars? Like actually navigating using tiny lights in the sky?
Yes, especially one very important star, Polaris, also called the North Star.
Why that one specifically?
Because Polaris barely moves in the sky. It sits almost exactly above the North Pole, so if you find it, you know exactly where north is.
Okay, but how do you even find Polaris? There are like a million stars up there.
There's a group of stars called the Big Dipper. Two of its stars point almost directly at Polaris.
So the sky basically has a built-in arrow.
Exactly. And sailors used this trick for centuries to cross oceans without ever seeing land.
Wait, they crossed whole oceans with just stars?
Stars, plus a tool called a compass.
Oh, the compass. I know that one. It always points north, right?
Exactly. It uses a magnetic needle that lines up with Earth's magnetic field. Sailors used compasses starting hundreds of years ago, and it completely changed navigation.
Okay, that's honestly genius. But what about before compasses existed?
Before that, people used natural landmarks. Rivers, mountains, coastlines, even specific trees or rock formations.
So basically remembering the environment like a mental map?
Exactly. And in some cultures, this skill became incredibly advanced. The Polynesian sailors, for example, crossed huge parts of the Pacific Ocean using no instruments at all.
None? Not even a compass?
None. They read wave patterns, wind direction, cloud shapes, and even the flight paths of birds.
Wait, birds? You're joking.
I promise I'm not. Certain birds fly out to the ocean every morning to fish, then return to land every evening. If sailors saw those birds flying in a certain direction, they knew land was near.
Okay, that's honestly incredible. Nature was basically their GPS.
Okay, that's honestly incredible. Nature was basically their GPS.
Wait, how did they even learn all of this? Was there like a school for it?
In a way, yes. Young sailors would train for years with older, experienced navigators. They learned by watching, listening, and practicing on real trips, not from books.
So it was basically an apprenticeship, but for reading the ocean.
Exactly. And these navigators could even feel ocean swells with their bodies while lying in the bottom of a canoe to understand which direction the waves were coming from.
Wait, they could feel directions?
Yes, some swells come from faraway storms and stay very consistent, so skilled navigators use them like an invisible compass.
Okay, that's next level. All right, what about land travel, though? Like deserts. There are no waves or coastlines out there.
True, but deserts have their own signs. Traders crossing the desert followed the stars at night, just like sailors. During the day, they used the position of the sun, along with knowledge of specific routes passed down for generations.
Wait, so there were like desert highways, but invisible.
Kind of. Trade routes like the Silk Road existed for centuries, and travelers followed them using landmarks, wells, and local guides who knew the terrain extremely well.
Wells? Like water wells?
Exactly. In the desert, finding water is everything. So experienced guides memorized exactly where wells and oases were located, sometimes hundreds of kilometers apart.
That sounds terrifying. One mistake and you could be in serious trouble.
It really could be dangerous. That's why guides were so valuable. Some of them spent their whole lives learning just one region of desert.
So basically, humans were the original GPS.
Exactly. Local knowledge was everything.
Okay, what about mountains? That seems even harder. No stars are visible if you're in a valley, right?
True, mountains created their own challenges. Travelers there relied heavily on visible landmarks, specific peaks, unusual rock shapes, rivers flowing in a certain direction, even the position of the sun between mountain walls at certain times of day.
So basically, if you grew up there, the mountains themselves were like a map in your memory.
Exactly. Local guides in mountain regions were incredibly important too, for the exact same reason as desert guides.
Okay, what about maps though? Didn't people use those too?
Yes, but early maps were often not very accurate. They were more like general guides, sometimes based on stories from other travelers rather than exact measurements.
Wait, so maps back then could actually be wrong?
Very often, yes. Some old maps even included imaginary islands or sea monsters in unknown areas.
Sea monsters on an actual map?
Yes! When explorers didn't know what was out there, they sometimes drew scary creatures instead of leaving it blank.
Okay, that's both terrifying and kind of hilarious.
It really shows how much trust and skill was needed just to travel anywhere back then.
Did maps get better over time?
Yes, slowly. As explorers traveled more and shared information, maps became more detailed and accurate. Eventually, tools like the sextant let sailors calculate their exact position using the angle between the horizon and the sun or stars.
Wait, so they could calculate their exact location just from angles in the sky?
Exactly. It wasn't instant like GPS, but with practice, sailors became extremely accurate using just the sky and some simple math.
Wow. So between the sun, the stars, a compass, birds, wind, wells, mountain landmarks, and just pure memory, people managed to cross entire oceans, deserts, and mountain ranges.
Exactly. No satellites, no apps, just careful observation, passed down knowledge, and a lot of confidence.
Meanwhile, I got lost walking 3 blocks because my phone battery hit 2%.
To be fair, ancient sailors probably wouldn't survive 5 minutes with a dead phone either. Different skills for different times.
Fair enough. Okay, I have way more respect for old school navigation now.
Same here. It's amazing what people could do with just their eyes, the sky, and good memory.
All right, what's the next mystery? How did people communicate over long distances before phones?
Ooh, that one is really fascinating too. Next time.